I'm going to show you guys on my wrist how I do a vampire bite. I'm doing it on my wrist because that's what is, most visible. I'm not going to be using any prosthetics or latex. The reason being, if you're doing a vampire bite on something that moves, such as your neck, any prosthetic that you put on, any latex that you put on, no matter how much or how good of an adhesive that you use, it will eventually peel off. So I'm going to show you something that you can use no matter what. So I have my water here, I have some paper towels, I have a nice neutral brown palette, my favorite red lipstick, which really suits my skin, the NYX Ultimate Brights palette, just for any extra colors that I might need, my black eyeshadow, a little eyeliner brush, a little bit of fake blood gel for at the end of the day, and of course a mirror so I can observe my teeth as a reference. My central incisors are a little bit longer than my lateral incisors. Essentially my two front teeth are a little bit longer than the tooth directly next to it, and then my canine is my longest tooth. So we're gonna base this off of that. So we're gonna start by taking my shadows, and I'm just gonna take my nice little neutral brown, just enough so that I can see it, and we're gonna sketch that out. Because the thing is, if you get really badly bit, you're gonna see all those teeth. And there, you might not be able to see it with the lighting, but as you can see, there's that faint little line right there, and that'll be my guide for all my teeth. Now, it very much depends on how you react to trauma. I know with me, any type of scratch I get tends to puff up really bad, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of this red lipstick and pat it in. Plus, because we're gonna be adding a little bit of fake blood later, this will make that just a little bit more realistic. And you don't need a lot, just a little bit, and make sure to blend it out so that you just have this faint redness, because with me, like I said, I get really red after any instance of scratches, doesn't matter how minor it is. My skin gets very red very quickly and very easily. Next, I'm gonna open that NYX Ultimates palette, and because I just happen to have pretty neutral skin on my wrist, I'm going to be using a little bit of blue and a little bit of yellow just to add a little bit more of a bruising texture to it. And I'm just gonna apply that with my finger. Kind of an asymmetric pattern. Now, if you have cool skin, you might want to only add some blue. If you have warm skin, only add yellow. If you're not sure which kind of skin you have, just think, do you look better in gold or silver? If you look good in both, you're neutral. If you look good in silver, cool. If you look good in gold, warm. Now we're gonna go in with that darker brown, and I'm just opening my black because I know I'll need it later. We're gonna go in with that darker brown, and we're gonna re-sketch those teeth. And pat out those front teeth just a little bit. The reason why I wanted to use the cream lipstick is the cream lipstick will make sure that that eyeshadow really sticks. Now we're gonna go in with that black just to darken up the area where you have the fangs pierced. And we're gonna go back in with the brown, make it a little bit more of a hole instead of just a line. Now if you want, you can do the final bit with eyeliner, but what I am gonna do is I'm gonna go back to that red, and this time I'm gonna take it in on the brush, and I'm going to do more central to each little tooth. And for flavor, just we'll go back in a little bit with that red, particularly around where the skin is supposed to be pierced. Go in with that black again. A little bit more of that brown. Go in with the lighter brown just to ease out. And as you can see, that already kind of looks like a bit of a bite mark. But we're gonna dip our brush in this water, make sure it's nice and clean. And we're going to use the wet brush to highlight just a little bit around that tooth to make it look like it's risen up when you look at it directly. Now we're just going to add a little bit more red directly in the center to make it look a little bit more bloody. And last but not least is that fake blood. Now as you can see, I'm using the cheap Spirit Halloween fake blood, and there's a very good reason for that. I have 3 separate fake bloods. I have the fancy fake blood from Mayron Cosmetics, which is corn syrup based and drips. Now unfortunately, we don't want that with a vampire bite that we're wearing to, say, a party. Why? Because it's going to be dripping down you all night, and that's just awkward. This gives you a little bit more control because this blood will dry. And then there you have it. You have a somewhat convincing little vampire bite. And now, of course, just because I'm a perfectionist, I am fiddling with it just a bit. And there you have it. That actually looks kind of nasty, doesn't it? Now, of course, if you're going to wear this out, I would start by prepping your skin with a primer and maybe your foundation. And then, of course, setting it with setting spray just to make sure it stays all day. And I need to cap that fake blood because I'm just gonna get it everywhere. And wouldn't that be bad? Spilling fake blood on my keyboard. Ugh. A nice, simple little vampire bite. And all I needed was a red lipstick, some neutral shadows, black, a little bit of fake blood, and just as an extra detail, blue and yellow shadow. And trust me, this is going to be much more comfortable than attempting to use a prosthetic or liquid latex. And this will actually probably last longer. It might not look nearly as gory, but at the end of the day, this is for Halloween. You can go as extreme or as light as you want. Now that being said, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like it so I know you enjoyed it. Comment if you have something to say, and subscribe and ring that bell to keep up with all my endeavors into makeup, gaming, and general geekery. Thank you so much for watching. Don't get bitten by any vampires this Halloween, and have a great day. Bye.